chosen ones, listen closely, because what I'm about to say is not just another message. This is an urgent moment from heaven. A divine revelation is happening right now. Not next year, not next month, not even next week. God is speaking in this very hour, and if you are watching this, it is no accident. It is destiny. Your life is standing on the edge of a powerful shift. You may have felt it already in the quiet moments, in the dreams that linger when you wake up, in the signs that keep showing up around you. Maybe it was a conversation you overheard that seemed to echo something God has been whispering to you. Maybe it was a sudden feeling of peace that came when you should have been anxious. Or maybe it was the sense that something greater is calling you, even though you can't fully explain it. Let me tell you this clearly: those things are not random. They are not coincidences. They are heaven's signals. They are the whispers of God reminding you that your story has been chosen, your destiny has been marked, and your time is now. You see, God doesn't move without leaving a trail of confirmation. He plants clues, He stirs your spirit, He orchestrates moments that feel too precise to be chance. Have you noticed that some things line up so perfectly that there's no way it's just luck? That is the fingerprint of God on your life. And I believe He brought you here because He wants you to know you are about to step into a season of radical transformation. This isn't just about small improvements or minor blessings. No, this is about a complete shift in your life, the kind of change where you look back and barely recognize who you used to be. Think about Moses. One moment he was a fugitive hiding in the desert, and the next he was standing before Pharaoh with the authority of heaven in his voice. Think about David. He was tending sheep forgotten by his own family, and in a matter of days he was anointed king. Or Ruth, who lost everything, yet suddenly found herself stepping into a field of grace that would lead her into the lineage of Jesus. These weren't random turns of fortune. These were divine appointments. And that's what God is preparing for you right now. But here's the truth: not everyone recognizes the signs. Some people dismiss them as strange coincidences. Some ignore the nudges of the Spirit because they're too busy, too distracted, or too afraid to hope again. But the chosen ones, they pay attention, they lean in. They know that when God whispers, even the faintest breath matters. Let me ask you, have you been sensing that whisper? Have you been noticing those moments that make you pause? That is heaven knocking on the door of your heart. That is God saying, I'm preparing you. I'm shifting you. I'm about to reveal the purpose I planted in you long ago. And let me be real with you, when heaven says urgent, it means this is not the time to sit back passively. This is the time to rise up with faith, to open your heart, and to declare boldly, I am ready. Because something powerful happens when you make a declaration. You're not just speaking into the air. You are aligning yourself with heaven's timeline. You are telling every doubt, every fear, every lie of the enemy, I know who I am, and I know what season I'm in. That's why before we go any further, I want to invite you to take action. If this message resonates in your spirit, if you feel that pull that says, yes, this is for me, don't stay silent. Type 777 the comments right now, not because it's some empty number, but because numbers carry prophetic weight. 7 is the number of divine completion, the number of God's perfect plan. By writing 777, you are declaring, Lord, I am in alignment with your will. I am ready to receive my blessing. And while you're here, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Why not just to support what we're doing here, but because every time you engage, you're stepping deeper into the flow of faith. You're saying, I'm not just a spectator, I am an active participant in what God is doing. And trust me, this is a movement you do not want to miss. Now let me take this even deeper. When heaven speaks urgently, it's because time is sensitive. Do you realize that there are moments in history when God's timing and human obedience collide to produce something extraordinary? This is one of those moments. You are alive in this generation for a reason. Out of all the centuries, all the possible timelines, God placed you here right now because there is something only you can do, something only you can carry, something only you can release into this world. And that's why the enemy has been fighting you so hard. That's why the last season felt like chaos, confusion, or delay. Because the enemy always fights hardest before a breakthrough. But what the enemy tried to use to discourage you, God is now using to position you. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the chapter that changes everything. And you're not just going to witness the move of God, you are going to be part of it. You're not just going to receive blessing, you are going to become a blessing. You're not just going to step into change, you are going to shine as proof that heaven is still at work in the earth. So chosen ones, take this moment seriously. Don't just hear it and move on. Hear it and respond. Hear it and declare. Hear it and step boldly into what God is saying. Because this isn't just another video, this isn't just another day. This is destiny unfolding before your eyes. And as we journey through this message together, I promise you by the end, you will not only believe that you are chosen, but you will know how to walk in that chosenness with power, with confidence, and with unstoppable faith. So right now, pause for just a moment, take a deep breath, and whisper to yourself, I am chosen. I am ready. This is my moment. Because chosen one, heaven is calling, and the time is now. Chosen ones. Have you ever felt something deep within you that you couldn't quite explain? A stirring in your soul that made you stop and wonder, why do I feel like I'm being pulled towards something greater? That was not your imagination. That was not a random thought. That was God preparing you, planting the seed of destiny inside your spirit, long before you could see the harvest. You see, preparation always begins in the unseen. Just like a seed hidden in the soil, it doesn't sprout overnight. For weeks, months, sometimes even years, it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, roots are forming, foundations are strengthening, the hidden growth is taking place. And when the moment is right, that seed breaks through. That's you right now. The stirring in your heart has been the evidence that God has been working behind the scenes, preparing you for the breakthrough that's about to burst forth. Think about it. How many times did life place you in situations that felt too perfect to be coincidence? Maybe a stranger said the exact words you needed to hear. Maybe a door closed at just the right time to save you from disaster. Maybe a dream woke you in the night with a message you couldn't shake. Those were not accidents. Those were divine signs. Each one was part of God's preparation for this very moment. But let me be honest with you, preparation is not always easy. It often looks like delay, like waiting, like frustration. Some of you have prayed and wondered, why hasn't it happened yet? Why is God making me wait so long? But hear this, God's delays are not denials. His pause is not his rejection. He's not holding back to punish you. He's holding back to prepare you. Imagine this with me. Picture a massive dam holding back a river. For years, the water has been building behind it, pressure rising, strength increasing. At first, it looks like nothing is moving. The wall is firm, the surface is calm, but inside, energy is gathering. Then one day, cracks begin to appear. The water can no longer be contained, and when that wall finally breaks, the flood that comes is unstoppable. That's exactly what your life looks like right now. You are the river, chosen one. God has been holding back the waters of blessing not to deprive you, but to prepare you, so that when the flood comes, You are strong enough, wise enough, and faithful enough to handle it. And here's the truth, not everyone can carry the weight of blessing. Do you realize that a blessing too soon can feel like a burden? Give a child the keys to a car and it becomes dangerous. But put those same keys in the hands of someone trained, tested, and ready, and suddenly it becomes a gift, a tool, a pathway to freedom. That's why God waited. That's why He didn't release everything the first time you asked. Because He was training you to handle the weight of what's coming. Think back for a moment. Remember the seasons when you felt like God was silent, when every prayer seemed unanswered, when the struggle felt heavier than you could bear. Those moments weren't wasted. They were classrooms. God was shaping your character, stretching your faith, and teaching you endurance. He was preparing you for a door that only you could walk through. And chosen one, that door is opening now. Let me ask you this. What if the very battles you complained about were the reason you're ready today? What if the disappointments that broke your heart were the chisels God used to carve strength into your soul? You thought those moments were setbacks, but they were setups. You thought you were being pushed down, but you were actually being rooted deeper. Because God knew before He could lift you higher, He had to build you stronger. There's a story in the Bible that illustrates this so powerfully. Think about Joseph. He had dreams of greatness, but before those dreams came true, he was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and thrown into prison. For years it looked like his destiny was delayed. But in reality, God was preparing him. Each trial refined his character, each setback sharpened his leadership, each disappointment strengthened his faith. And when the moment came, in a single day, Joseph went from prisoner to ruler. Do you see it? What looked like delay was preparation for acceleration. That's the same with you. I want you to reflect on your own life for a moment. Can you see it now? The signs were there all along. The closed doors, the sudden redirections, the people who left your life unexpectedly. At the time it may have hurt, it may have confused you, but now you realize it was God aligning your path, removing what could hinder you, and setting the stage for what He was about to release. Chosen one, your preparation season has not been in vain. It's been holy, it's been intentional. It's been the hand of God shaping you into someone who can receive, carry, and multiply the blessings He's about to pour out. And here's the beautiful part. The very signs you once overlooked are now confirmations. That gut feeling you had, that was the Holy Spirit. That closed opportunity, that was protection. That inner restlessness, that was God stirring your spirit, telling you, get ready. Something greater is coming. So let me ask you again, are you ready? Are you prepared not just to receive blessings, but to steward them well? Because God isn't just about to give you enough. He's about to release overflow. And overflow requires responsibility. Overflow demands maturity. That's why your preparation mattered. That's why your waiting season was so important. Look around you. The signs are everywhere. A sudden opportunity that wasn't there before. A relationship that feels divinely aligned. A shift in your spirit where peace suddenly replaces anxiety. These are not coincidences. They are indicators. They are cracks in the dam. And soon, chosen one, the floodgates will burst. This is your confirmation. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. God has been preparing you in silence, shaping you in hiddenness, and now He's about to reveal you in glory. So don't despise the preparation. Don't curse the waiting. Don't mistake the delay for rejection. Instead, recognize it for what it was, God's loving hand getting you ready for blessings too big to imagine. Chosen one, the door is opening, the river is breaking free. And when it does, your life will never be the same again. Chosen ones, let me speak this truth into your spirit today. The blessings that are about to enter your life are not small. They are not ordinary. They are not the kind of blessings you can explain away as luck or coincidence. No, these are the kind of blessings that will leave you speechless, blessings that will make even those around you stop and say, "Surely this is the hand of God." For too long you've been asking for just enough. Enough to get by, enough to survive, enough to make it through another day. But God says, "I'm not a God of just enough. I'm a God of more than enough." The blessings that are about to flow into your life will not just meet your needs, they will exceed them, they will overflow. They will pour into every area of your existence until you can't help but give Him glory. Let's break it down. First, financial breakthrough. I know some of you have been living under the weight of financial stress for years, bills piling up, debts that never seem to shrink, nights spent wondering, how am I going to make it through this month? You've been faithful, you've prayed, you've cried, you've given even when it hurt. And now God is saying, "I've seen your faith, I've counted your tears, and I'm about to open the windows of heaven over your life." Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that the financial chains that bound you are gone. Imagine being able not just to pay your bills, but to bless others, to give freely, to sow into dreams, to build what God has placed in your heart without fear of lack. That's not a fantasy, that's a promise. Scripture says in Malachi 3:10, "See if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it." This is the kind of breakthrough you're stepping into. Second, relationships aligned with your soul's purpose. Some of you have been walking through seasons of loneliness, betrayal, or disconnection. People you trusted may have left you. People you thought were for you revealed their true colors. And you wondered, "God, why did you allow them to walk away?" Let me tell you why. Because those people couldn't go where you're going. Not everyone can handle the weight of your calling. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next season. But here's the good news. God is about to send divine connections, relationships that breathe life into you instead of draining you. Friendships that lift you higher instead of pulling you down. Partnerships that align perfectly with the purpose God has placed on your life. And for some of you, yes, even that kingdom spouse you've been praying for. Someone who doesn't just fit your life, but fits your destiny. Someone who will walk with you, pray with you, and build with you. Third, health that feels like a miracle. I know there are chosen ones listening right now who have been battling sickness, fatigue, mental exhaustion, or even emotional wounds that feel impossible to heal. Doctors may have given you little hope. Your body may feel weak. Your mind may feel clouded. But let me declare this over you. Healing is your portion. Isaiah 53:5 says, "By His stripes we are healed." Not we might be, not we hope to be, but we are. Picture waking up with energy you haven't felt in years. Imagine your body restored, your mind clear, your heart light. That's the kind of blessing God is releasing over you. And it's not just physical healing, it's spiritual, emotional, and mental. Because God doesn't just heal one part of you, He restores the whole of you. And here's what I need you to hear. These blessings are not random. They are answers. Every prayer you whispered when no one else was around, every tear that hit your pillow in the middle of the night, every time you said, "Lord, I don't know how much longer I can hold on," heaven heard you. God collected every tear. Psalm 56:8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle." Do you realize what that means? Not one moment of your pain has been wasted. Every cry has been recorded, and now the answer is being released. But let's go deeper. The blessings coming to you are not just rewards. They are proof of your training. You've been through fire. You've been through storms. You've faced trials that could have crushed you, but instead they refined you. You thought God was punishing you, but He was preparing you. He was forging you into someone who could carry the weight of blessing without it breaking you. Think about it this way. Gold must be refined in fire before it shines. Steel must be tempered before it can bear weight. Diamonds are formed under intense pressure, and chosen one, so are you. Your trials were not random, they were necessary. They were God's way of saying, I'm making you strong enough to hold what I'm about to give you. Remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace. They went into the fire bound, but they came out free. And when they came out, they didn't even smell like smoke. That's you. You've been in the fire, but you're coming out refined, stronger, and ready for the blessings that others couldn't carry. Let me ask you a question. How would your life look different if financial lack was no longer a chain? If the people in your life were sent by God and not by the enemy? If your health was restored, your strength renewed, your mind clear? Can you see it? Can you imagine walking in that kind of freedom? Because that's what's coming. But here's the key. You have to believe it. God can pour out blessings, but if you don't believe you're worthy to receive them, you'll miss them. That's why He's been training you. That's why He allowed the trials. So that when the blessings come, you won't shrink back in fear. You'll stand tall and say, Yes, Lord, I'm ready. I receive it. Chosen one, hear me clearly. You've passed the test. You've walked through the valley. You've endured the fire. And now it's your season of abundance, financial breakthroughs, relationships that align with your destiny, health that feels like a miracle, every prayer answered, every tear redeemed, every trial turned into triumph. And when these blessings arrive, they won't just change your life. They'll overflow into the lives of others. Your abundance will fund someone else's dream. Your healing will inspire someone else's faith. Your testimony will remind the world that our God still moves, still heals, still provides. So stand ready, keep your heart open, because the blessings that are coming are bigger than anything you've ever imagined. And when they arrive, you'll know without a doubt it was God. It has always been God, and it will always be God. Chosen ones, let me tell you something. Powerful blessings without responsibility can slip through your fingers. Favor without action can fade away. That's why when God opens a door for you, He doesn't just invite you to walk through it. He calls you to rise up, to claim it, to declare it, and to act in faith. This is the season where you cannot stay silent. You cannot sit back and hope things will just fall into place. God is calling you to stand boldly, to align yourself with His plan, and to declare with your words and with your actions, I am chosen. I am ready. I am walking into my destiny. That's why I'm asking you right now, don't just be a listener, be a doer. Take a step of faith. Comment 777 below. Not because it's just a number, but because it is a prophetic declaration. 7 is the number of completion, the number of divine perfection, the number that signals God's alignment. When you write it, you are saying, Lord, I agree with your plan. I am aligned with your purpose. I claim this moment as mine. Hit that like button, not because the algorithm needs it, but because your spirit does. It's not just a click, it's an act of faith. You're signaling to heaven and to yourself that you're not just a spectator, you're a participant. You're part of this move of God. And when you subscribe, you're not just joining a channel, you're joining a community of thousands of chosen souls, walking the same journey of faith, standing together, believing together, declaring together. But let's go deeper. Why does God require action? Why doesn't He just pour the blessing into your lap and call it a day? Because action proves belief. Faith without works is dead. If you truly believe God is moving in your life, then your words and actions will reflect it. You'll speak differently, walk differently, act differently. Let's look at the Bible for a moment. Think of Joseph. He was betrayed, thrown into prison, forgotten by men. For years it seemed like his dreams were dead. But Joseph didn't let his faith die. He didn't quit in the prison. He served faithfully, he interpreted dreams, he kept walking in obedience. And then in a single day, God lifted him from the dungeon to the throne. That wasn't luck, that was faith meeting opportunity. Joseph was ready because he acted faithfully even when no one was watching. Or think of Esther. She was just a young orphan taken into a palace she didn't ask to be in. She could have chosen to stay silent when her people were in danger. She could have hidden in fear. But instead she acted. She said, "If I perish, I perish." And because she stepped into her calling, she saved an entire nation. Do you see it? Blessing came when faith and courage met responsibility. And let's not forget Noah. God told him to build an ark in the middle of dry land. People laughed at him. They mocked him. They thought he was crazy. But Noah didn't just believe God's word in his heart. He acted on it with his hands. He built day after day, plank by plank, even when the skies were clear. And when the flood came, his obedience saved not just himself, but his entire family and the future of humanity. Chosen one, you are no different. God has spoken promises over your life. He has given you signs, dreams, confirmations. But now it's your turn to act, to stand up, to walk forward, to put your faith into motion. Let me ask you, what's the step of faith you've been avoiding? Maybe it's starting that business God placed in your heart. Maybe it's having that conversation you've been afraid to have. Maybe it's forgiving someone who hurt you deeply. Maybe it's trusting Him with your finances, your career, your family. Whatever it is, God is saying, now is the time. Don't wait. Step out. Because here's the truth, you are not ordinary. You never were. Even when you doubted yourself, even when others overlooked you, God saw His light in you. You are chosen. You are marked. You carry a purpose that sets you apart. The world may not see it yet, but they will. When your blessings begin to flow, when your life begins to transform, they will look at you and wonder, what happened? What changed? And the answer will be undeniable. The hand of God is upon you. But responsibility comes with that calling. This isn't just about you receiving blessings. It's about you stewarding them well, using them to impact others, letting your life shine as a testimony of what God can do. Think about it. When Joseph rose to power, he didn't just use it for himself. He saved nations from famine. When Esther took her stand, it wasn't just about her survival, it was about her people. When Noah obeyed, it wasn't just about his comfort, it was about preserving God's promise for generations. So what about you? What legacy will your obedience create? Who will be blessed because you chose to act in faith? Who will be saved, healed, encouraged, inspired because you said yes to God's call? Chosen one, this is bigger than you. Your responsibility is holy. Your calling is divine. And the time to act is now. So let's declare it together. Write 777 in the comments. Say it out loud. I am chosen. I am called. I am ready. Don't just listen, participate. Don't just hope, declare. Don't just dream, act. Because heaven is watching. The floodgates are opening. The opportunities are aligning. And God is waiting for you to step into the role He has prepared for you. This is your call. This is your responsibility. And this is your moment. Chosen ones, when God makes a promise, He doesn't whisper empty words. His promises are eternal, unshakable, and unbreakable. They are anchors in the storm, light in the darkness, hope in the waiting. And today I want to remind you of some of the greatest promises from the Word of God. Promises that are not just for someone else, not just for yesterday, but for you, right here, right now. Let's begin with Psalm 3:7-4. Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Think about that. Not the desires the world tries to impose on you, not the shallow cravings of the flesh, but the deepest longings of your soul, the desires God Himself planted inside you before you were even born. Those desires are not accidents, they are divine seeds. And when you delight in the Lord, when you align your heart with His, He promises to bring those desires to life. Have you ever had a dream that wouldn't go away? A vision you couldn't shake even when years passed by? That dream might have looked impossible, but it never died inside you. That's because it was never just your dream, it was God's dream through you. And Psalm 3:7-4 is your confirmation that what He placed in your heart, He intends to fulfill. The question is, will you keep delighting in Him while you wait? Will you trust that His timing is perfect, even when your eyes can't yet see it? Now let's go to Jeremiah 2:9-11, one of the most quoted scriptures, but one we often forget to truly believe. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Chosen one, let that sink in. God knows the plan. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to see the full roadmap. He already has it written. And notice what the promise says. His plan is to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. That means even the setbacks, even the disappointments, even the delays, they are not meant for your destruction. They are woven into a bigger story of prosperity, hope, and destiny. How many times have you thought, maybe God has forgotten me? Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe my future isn't bright after all. Let Jeremiah 2:9-11 silence those lies. Your future is secure. Your story is still unfolding. And the author of your story has written prosperity, hope, and divine purpose into every chapter that is yet to come. Let's move to Isaiah 4:19. God says, I took you from the ends of the earth, from its farthest corners I called you. I said, you are my servant. I have chosen you and have not rejected you. Do you realize the power of those words, I have chosen you and have not rejected you? Maybe people have rejected you. Maybe family walked away. Maybe friends betrayed you. Maybe opportunities slipped through your hands. But God says, I have not rejected you. You are still chosen. You are still called. You are still marked for a purpose that no rejection from man can erase. And I want you to hear this clearly. Rejection is often God's redirection. The people who left were never meant to stay. The doors that closed were never meant to open. Why? Because God was clearing the way for His divine plan. Don't let human rejection make you doubt divine election. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. Now Romans 8:3-1, one of the boldest declarations in all of Scripture. If God is for us, who can be against us? Take a moment to reflect on that. Who can be against you when the Creator of the universe has already declared victory over your life? Can fear stand against you? Number. Can doubt defeat you? Number. Can sickness, financial struggles, or betrayal destroy you? Number. If God is for you, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop His purpose from unfolding in your life. Sometimes the enemy tries to roar like a lion, tries to intimidate you, tries to make you think the battle is already lost. But Romans 8:3-1 is your reminder that you fight from victory, not for victory. The war is already won, the cross already sealed it, and you, chosen one, are standing in the power of the Almighty. And finally, Malachi 3:10. God says, test me in this, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it. Do you hear the confidence in God's voice there? Test me in this. In other words, God is saying, I dare you. Try me. Put your trust in me and watch what I can do. That's not arrogance. That's divine certainty. He is so sure of his faithfulness that he invites you to put him to the test. And the promise, not a trickle, not a drizzle, but a flood. Blessings so abundant, so overwhelming that you won't have enough room to contain them. Can you imagine that? Not living in survival mode, but living in overflow. Not just paying your bills, but blessing others. Not just being healed, but carrying healing for others. Not just receiving peace, but radiating peace wherever you go. That's what Malachi 3:10 is talking about. That's the kind of blessing that comes when you align with God's will. So let me ask you, which of these promises do you need to hold on to today? Is it the desire of your heart from Psalm 3:7-4? Is it the hope and future from Jeremiah 2:9-11? Is it the reassurance that you are chosen from Isaiah 4:1-9? Is it the bold confidence of Romans 8:3-1? Or is it the overflowing abundance of Malachi 3:10? Whatever it is, don't just hear these promises, claim them. Speak them over your life. Declare them in your prayers. Write them on your walls if you have to. Because the Word of God is not a maybe, it's a guarantee. And when you stand on His promises, no storm can shake you, no enemy can defeat you, and no delay can stop you. Chosen ones, these promises are not just ink on paper. They are living words breathed by God Himself, and they are for you. So take hold of them, walk in them, and let them guide you as you step boldly into the future God has already prepared. Because if He promised it, He will fulfill it. That's the truth you can build your life on. Chosen ones, hear this truth today. God is not just changing your circumstances. He's not just rearranging a few things in your life. No, what He is doing goes far deeper than that. This is not simply about external blessings or new opportunities. This is about transformation, a complete renewal of who you are at the very core of your being. Because when God moves, He doesn't just change what surrounds you, He changes you. And that transformation is the real miracle. Think about it. Money can come and go. Opportunities can appear and disappear. But when God transforms your heart, your mind, your spirit, nothing and no one can take that away. That's the kind of shift happening right now in your life. You are stepping into a version of yourself that you may not even recognize yet. A version that walks with confidence instead of fear. A version that speaks with faith instead of doubt. A version that shines so brightly with God's presence that people will see you and say, something is different. Something has changed. And you'll know exactly what it is. It's God's hand, His power, His Spirit at work in you. Let me ask you, have you noticed lately how your perspective is shifting? The things that used to discourage you don't hold the same power anymore. The worries that used to keep you awake at night are losing their grip. That's not random. That's transformation. That's God building resilience, peace, and clarity inside of you. And here's the beauty of it. Your transformation is not just for you. It's for everyone connected to you. When God blesses you, that blessing overflows. It touches your family. It impacts your community. It inspires the next generation. You see, God's plan is never small. He doesn't just lift one person. He lifts nations through one person's obedience. Look at David. He was just a shepherd boy forgotten in the fields, overlooked by even his own family. But God saw something no one else did. God saw a king in the making. David's transformation wasn't just about him trading sheep for a throne. It was about him becoming a man after God's own heart, a leader who would shape the destiny of Israel. Your story is no different. People may overlook you. They may underestimate you. But God sees the king, the leader, the chosen one inside of you. Or think of Moses. He ran away in fear, hiding in the wilderness, feeling unqualified and unworthy. But God transformed a runaway into a deliverer. The same man who once said, "I can't speak," stood before Pharaoh and declared, "Let my people go." That's what transformation does. It takes your weakness and turns it into strength. It takes your insecurity and turns it into authority. And chosen one, God is about to do the same with you. Then there's Ruth. She knew loss. She knew grief. She could have stayed in bitterness, but she chose faithfulness. She followed God's leading step by step into a field she didn't know would change her future forever. And in that field she found not just provision but redemption. Ruth's transformation reminds us that your past doesn't define your future. Even in seasons of loss, God can lead you into a harvest of grace. And what about Hannah? She prayed through years of disappointment, through the pain of unfulfilled longing. But she never stopped pressing in. She never stopped pouring her heart out before God. And her persistence brought forth Samuel, a prophet who would anoint kings and shift the destiny of a nation. Her transformation was not just about her receiving a child. It was about her becoming a vessel for God's glory through her persistence in faith. And then Daniel, thrown into the lion's den, surrounded by death, abandoned by men. But his faith held strong. And what happened? God sent angels to shut the mouths of the lions. Daniel's transformation was not about escape, it was about demonstration. His life became undeniable proof that when you stand firm, God's power will protect you in ways the world cannot explain. Do you see the pattern here? Transformation is always bigger than the person. It's never just about individual blessing. It's about impact. David's transformation blessed a kingdom. Moses' transformation delivered a nation. Ruth's transformation birthed a lineage that led to Jesus himself. Hannah's transformation inspired generations through her faith. Daniel's transformation demonstrated God's power to kings and empires. So let me ask you, how is your transformation going to impact the world around you? Who will be lifted because you chose to stand? Who will be inspired because you chose to believe? Who will see God's hand because of the story He is writing through your life? Chosen one, this is why you cannot give up. This is why you cannot shrink back when things get difficult, because your transformation is not just about you. It's about the ripple effect God is creating through you. Think about your family. Your breakthrough could be the moment that changes the trajectory of generations. Your obedience could unlock blessings for children and grandchildren you may never even meet. Your faith could be the spark that ignites revival in your community. This is why your story matters. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He wasn't just trying to stop you, he was trying to stop the impact your transformation would have on others. But he failed, because here you are, still standing, still listening, still believing, and now God is saying, I'm not just changing your situation, I'm changing you, and through you I'm going to change lives. So don't despise the process, don't resist the transformation, embrace it, because the more God transforms you, the more He can use you. Chosen one, you are becoming a living testimony. A walking miracle. A light that shines so bright others will be drawn to it. And when they ask, how did this happen? How did you change? How did you overcome? You'll be able to point to heaven and say, it wasn't me, it was God. This is your purpose, to carry His light into a dark world, to be a source of inspiration, hope, and encouragement, to show by your life that God is real, His promises are true, and His power is unstoppable. And here's the good news. You don't have to wait for perfection. Transformation is a process. It's step by step, day by day. God isn't asking for your perfection. He's asking for your willingness. Just as he used David, Moses, Ruth, Hannah, and Daniel, he will use you. Imperfect, ordinary, flawed, but chosen, transformed, and filled with purpose. So stand tall. Lift your head. Walk with confidence, because your transformation is already happening. And as it unfolds, it will not just bless you, it will bless everyone connected to you. Chosen ones, remember this. Transformation is the true miracle, and purpose is the true blessing. When God changes you, he changes everything. And when he gives you purpose, he gives you influence that stretches beyond your lifetime. This is who you are becoming. This is what you are stepping into. You are the light. You are the inspiration. You are the living testimony of God's power. And your transformation will echo for generations to come. Chosen ones, let me ask you something today. Have you noticed the signs? Have you felt that shift in your life that you can't quite explain? That sudden peace that washes over you, even when the situation hasn't changed yet? That unexpected phone call that opened a door you didn't even know was possible? That opportunity that seemed to come out of nowhere, perfectly timed, perfectly aligned? Let me tell you this. Those are not coincidences. Those are confirmations. That's the hand of God moving in your life. For too long we've been trained to brush off moments like these. We say things like, "Wow, what a lucky break," or "That was strange timing." But hear me clearly, there is no such thing as luck for the chosen ones of God. What the world calls coincidence, we call divine orchestration. Every detail, every moment, every connection is God working behind the scenes, aligning everything for your breakthrough. Think about it. Maybe someone reached out to you when you needed encouragement the most. Maybe a door closed and you felt disappointed, only to realize later that it was God's protection keeping you from harm. Maybe you've been praying for clarity and suddenly an unexpected solution appeared. These are not random. They are fingerprints of heaven, evidence that your Father is guiding your steps. Proverbs 1:6-9 reminds us, "In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." That means even when you thought you were walking blindly, God was already paving the path beneath your feet. And here's what's amazing. These signs aren't just about blessing you. They're about transforming you into a blessing for others. You're not just receiving favor, you're becoming a vessel of favor. You're not just standing under an open heaven. You're carrying that atmosphere with you wherever you go. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. When you speak, people feel hope. When you pray, heaven responds. That's not you, that's God moving through you. Your life itself is becoming a sign, a confirmation to others that God is real, that his promises are true, and that his power is still alive today. Chosen ones, understand this. You are not just here to survive. You are here to ignite a movement. The blessings coming into your life are not meant to stop with you. They're meant to flow through you to your family, to your community, to generations that will come after you. But of course, with this kind of calling, the enemy won't stay quiet. He will try to distract you. He will try to plant doubt, fear, confusion. He will whisper, "This is too good to be true. You don't deserve this. It won't last." But listen carefully, those whispers are just noise. They are echoes from a defeated enemy who knows he cannot stop the plan of God. Romans 8:3-1 says it best, "If God is for us, who can be against us? No demon, no enemy, no setback, no lie can stand against the will of God for your life." The challenges you face are not roadblocks. They are confirmations that you're on the right path. Because the enemy only fights what he fears. If the attack feels strong, it's because the breakthrough is near. Let me illustrate this. Imagine a plane just before takeoff. The engines roar, the pressure builds. The resistance is the strongest in those few moments before it lifts into the air. That's what your life feels like right now. The turbulence, the opposition, the noise, it's because you're about to ascend into a new altitude. And once you take off, the very resistance that tried to hold you down becomes the proof that you were made to fly. So don't be discouraged by the noise. Don't give in to the whispers of the enemy. They cannot cancel the word of God. They cannot undo his promises. They cannot stop what has already been declared over your life. Chosen ones, this is your confirmation. The signs are all around you. The peace that doesn't make sense, the opportunities that align too perfectly, the sudden clarity in your heart. These are God's ways of saying, yes, it's me. Yes, I'm moving. Yes, I'm with you. And here's what I need you to hold on to: your transformation. And your blessings are not just personal victories, they are seeds of a movement. When you rise, others will rise. When you walk in faith, others will be inspired to believe. When you carry God's light, it will shine into the darkest places. Do you realize that your testimony could be the spark that changes someone else's destiny? That the peace you carry could be the very thing someone else has been praying for? That your breakthrough could be the proof someone needs to keep trusting God? This is why the signs matter. They are not just for you, they are for those watching you. People may not read the Bible, but they will read your life, and your life will point them to Jesus. So let me ask you, are you paying attention to the signs, or are you dismissing them as chance? Are you recognizing the confirmations, or are you still doubting? Because chosen one, God is speaking. He is showing you that his hand is on you, that his plan is unfolding, and that his blessings are already in motion. Here's what I want you to do. The next time something happens that feels too perfect, don't dismiss it. Pause. Say, thank you, God. I see you. The next time peace comes over you, in the middle of chaos, don't take it lightly. Recognize it for what it is, divine confirmation. Because when you acknowledge the signs, you strengthen your faith. And when your faith grows, you step into greater alignment with his purpose. Chosen ones, you are not just walking into blessings, you are walking into purpose. You are not just being lifted, you are lifting others. You are not just receiving signs, you are becoming one. A living, breathing testimony of what God can do when someone chooses to believe. So keep your eyes open, keep your heart attentive. The signs are all around you, the confirmations are undeniable, and the plan of God is unstoppable. This is your reality now. This is your confirmation. The hand of God is upon you, and nothing, no noise, no enemy, no obstacle can change that truth. Chosen ones, let me close with this. The secret God has been holding back, it's now revealed. The mystery you felt stirring in your spirit, the whispers you've caught in your dreams, the signs you've seen again and again, all of it has been leading to this one truth. You are chosen, and your breakthrough is now. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. And that breakthrough is bigger than just receiving blessings. Yes, God is going to pour favor into your life. Yes, you're going to see doors open, relationships align, and health restored. But it doesn't end there. Because chosen one, you're not just called to receive, you are called to lead. You are called to inspire. You are called to shine, so that the light of God reflects through your life and draws others into his presence. This is why every hardship you endured mattered. Every battle, every tear, every disappointment was not wasted. They were all preparation for this moment. You thought you were just surviving, but God was training you. You thought you were being crushed, but God was shaping you. And now the season of sowing through pain is over. The season of harvest has arrived. Jesus himself said in John 1:2-4, "Unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Do you see it? The struggles you went through, the parts of your life that felt like they died, those were seeds. And now God is bringing forth a harvest from what you thought was lost. So here you stand, chosen one, at the edge of a divine moment. This is not the time to doubt. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to rise, to believe, to declare your faith boldly. Because faith isn't silent. Faith speaks. Faith moves. Faith says, I believe God even when my eyes can't yet see it. Let me ask you, what are you declaring right now? Are your words aligned with fear, or are they aligned with faith? Because your declaration has power. Proverbs 1:8-1 says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. When you declare, I am chosen, I am ready. My breakthrough is now. You are not just speaking words, you are activating heaven's agreement. That's why I encourage you, don't just watch this message passively. Engage with it. Write, I receive in the comments. Write 777 as a prophetic declaration that you are in alignment with God's plan. Because when you take even a small step of faith, it opens the way for God to release greater things. But hear this clearly, this is not just about you. When your life changes, it's going to impact everyone connected to you. Your family will see it. Your friends will notice it. Your community will be touched by it. Because you are about to become living proof that God's promises are real. Think about it. The same God who raised David from shepherd boy to king is raising you. The same God who turned Moses from a fugitive into a leader is turning you into someone with influence and authority. The same God who redeemed Ruth from loss into a field of grace is redeeming your story. The same God who heard Hannah's cry and answered with Samuel has heard your prayers. The same God who shut the mouths of lions for Daniel is shutting down every attack that tried to destroy you. That's the God who is moving in your life right now. And when people look at you in this next season, they will ask, how did you survive? How did you rise? How did you overcome? And your answer will not be about luck or chance or your own strength. It will be one simple, undeniable truth. It was God. That is your testimony. That is your purpose. To let your life shine so brightly that the world cannot deny the power of God. Chosen ones, this is an urgent moment. You cannot put this off. Heaven is moving now. Opportunities are aligning now. Doors are opening now. Don't let doubt or fear hold you back. Step boldly into the purpose God has prepared for you. This is the time to trust Him like never before, to believe Him like never before, to declare His promises over your life with boldness, to walk with faith not by sight, to rise as the chosen one you truly are. And as you do remember this, you are not just changing your own life, you are changing the world around you. You are becoming a beacon of light, a source of inspiration, a living witness that God still keeps His word. So today declare it with me, I am chosen. My breakthrough is now. My life will shine with God's glory. Say it again until your spirit believes it. Write it down, speak it out, live it boldly. Because when you align with God's word, nothing, not your past, not the enemy, not even your own doubts, can stop the destiny He has prepared for you. Chosen one, this is your time. This is your season. This is your breakthrough. Step into it, believe it, walk in it, and watch as God turns your life into a living testimony for the whole world to see, because the secret is out. You are chosen, and the world is about to witness what God can do through you.